think I'm up next. Give me a second to share my screen. So for the last few weeks, or maybe like week or so, I've been working on getting Omni's MCP server set up for AI. And what that will let us do is connect Omni to other AI services like Claude or OpenAI or any tool that's compatible. So we can kind of put Omni's AI anywhere really. And the start of that process was doing a bunch of work on our query generation API. So some of you might have seen demos from Ariel or other people. The query generation API had some limitations, and so it had drifted from the main app. And in the main app, you can generate queries now that have calculations on them, custom fields on them, and also it'll retry when it fails. So it'll basically try to learn from its past mistakes until it produces a correct result. And so one change this week is now the query generation API has all of that functionality. So if you're talking to customers about it, you can tell them that, yeah, it will do calculations, it'll do custom fields, and it'll retry. And if it can't figure out a solution, it'll now show you kind of where it got to when it eventually failed. So that got an update. And also, as part of that work, I'm able to get the kind of rough pass of the Omni MCP working. And I think a good demo of that is using Claude's desktop app. So some of you are probably familiar with Claude. They have a nice desktop app. And if I have the Omni MCP running, I can show you the tools that we have right now. So we have a natural language to Omni.
Gustav, are you supposed to be sharing your screen? I think we're all just seeing loading from Gustav.
Oh no, it's
No, we see. No, I see it.
Oh,
I see it.
I think half of us see loading and
All
half
right, okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'll-
think this is like, I think this is Rome struggling under too many people in this room.
should I reshare or just keep going?
Nah, keep
Just
going.
go.
Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for the heads up. Well, if you can't see, I'm looking at Claude's desktop app right now, and I'm showing off that I've connected our Omni MCP. We have two tools in here, natural language to OmniQuery and run OmniQuery. And the benefits of doing this in Claude is I can ask random questions like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck, right? And Claude will just give me a Claude answer to these kind of random questions. But when I want to, I can then jump in and say like, ask Omni how many users I have. And it's gonna identify that this is a question that I need data for. So it's gonna make a call out to Omni to say, make me an Omni query, and ignore the error. That's a problem with Claude, not with us right now. So it's going to make the Omni query, and then it's going to chain it with the other tool to run the Omni query. So it's going to show you the query that it ran, which is a little bit hard to read, but you can see it's got users counting here. And then it's going to show you the response and then dump out the result here. And you can, just to show off some of the additional functionality that I talked about, this supports, let's ask, how many users do I have in each state, and add a fun custom field in Omni. And then it's going to go and, again, call out to Omni's MCP server to turn it into an Omni query, chain that together with a call to run the Omni query once it comes back. And you'll see this error again, which ignore it. It's not our fault. And then it's going to go run the query. And it should have created a fun custom field like I asked it for. So let's see if it does that. So here's what we have. We have this top 20 states, some interesting observations, and let's see if it put a fun custom field in here. So we can look at the results. So I guess maybe it created this US region as our fun custom field. That this doesn't exist in the model. It's a custom field. So I'll show you just really quickly. That's the live demo. Here's some fun examples in the past. I asked it to do the same thing, add a fun custom field, but the AI decided to go the extra mile, and instead of just summarizing the data, it created an actual interactive dashboard for me. So Claude decided this was the best way to show it. And then you can see when I select Texas, it's going to show me information about Texas. And when I select California, it's going to show me information about California. So you can use Omni in other contexts with this, and that's the demo. So there we go.
And Gustav, can I pitch you maybe one more demo?
Okay, yeah.
Is Claude Desktop multimodal?
Like
Can you
viewer,
upload an image?
I believe so. Yeah. What should I do?
Like, I'm curious if you, like, what if you had a screenshot of one of our charts from like last week's data, and then you upload it to Claude and say, you know, take this chart from last week and just run the same query in Omni for
Yeah.
this week or something like that.
So yeah, let's do users count, whatever, filter by.
I mean, if you want to do this later, not live, feel free. But if you want to do it live, go for it.
All right, let's try this. So let's come back to here and let's drop this in. And this query in Omni. So I just uploaded a screenshot of my Omni app. And it says, yeah,
Wow.
users created in the past 7 days. And then go and run that query.
Let's go.
This really like unlocks like quite I feel like there's a lot of interesting use cases that customers could come up with by hooking this up, and even like myself, it makes it nice to ask questions without having to go into the Omni UI. And so
Well,
coming soon.
the crazy thing to me is like you could take a screenshot of any kind of querying tool and drop it in here and now say run the same query in Omni. So like Omni on Omni, sure. But I bet you could do this in like well, I'm not gonna name other tools, but you know, your tool of choice and then drop it in and I bet it would work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like right now, I'm just dropping in a SQL snippet and seeing like you know, let's see. Ooh, this could be tricky for it to do because it's trying to. Okay, yeah, it looks like it couldn't parse the. It ran into a parsing error with the SQL, but yeah, some stuff to work out to unlock more full functionality.
We thought the query retry with the API. If like, do we need to make any changes if we're using Goose right now? Or the
Oh, there's a
MCP
new
server?
required property which is connection ID. But that's it. As long as you put connection ID into your API calls, it'll from the outside appear exactly the same. It might just take longer when you won't know that it's retrying, but behind the scenes it'll be retrying.
Thank you.
All right.